One race down, 2 to go. The triple header here at Carolina Motorsports Park for the USF Juniors program. It's been a great day so far. The first race, a lot of action. If you followed it here, of course, on the USF Pro Championship YouTube channel, we had a couple of incidents, a couple of yellow flags. The driver here beside me was able to get out in front and make it happen. Hello, friends. My name is Rob Howden. Great to be here at Kershaw, South Carolina. We get set to go for race number 2 of the triple header. Cole Medeiros, the young Canadian for Exclusive Motorsport, coming off his first victory. Let me just ask you this. What's it feel like to have won now here in USF Juniors?
Feels very amazing and special.
So what are your thoughts now going into race number 2? Does it change the way you approach things?
No, it's just the same result. Try to win. Just keep it clean at the start and just try to get by the guys in first and second.
You know, obviously in a race like this, and the first one, you wanted to get out front. You had guys battling in behind you. I was going to ask you this before. Were they telling you from pit lane that the guys were battling behind you? Did you know you had some open space?
Yeah. I'd go through turn 1 and I'd see a gap in the mirrors and they'd tell me that you're free, like you have clear space and just push forward. Tire
degradation we knew was going to be tough, right? The tire deg was going to be big. How did your car fall off, or did it stay pretty good throughout the race?
It was pretty good throughout the whole race. It just, maybe the last 2 laps started to fall off a little bit, but I had a big gap, so I just kept calm and just put it to checkered.
Any change in strategy for race number 2?
No, just tried to do the same thing.
I love it. 3 different winners on the season. Cole Medeiros, the most recent victor here in USF Juniors. 22 drivers sitting on the grid right now, getting set to go. A little quick break. When we get back, I'll give you the full grid and driver lineup.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
Can they handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah. Road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
We test every vehicle for driving safety, performance, and efficiency. But we also believe a vehicle should be fun. So we set out to test the all-new Prelude for joy, excitement, and exhilaration. And it's clear, it's not just the way our vehicles move, but the way they make you feel that makes them a Honda. The Prelude Hybrid, engineered for fun.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Carolina Motorsports Park. We're getting set for round number 5 overall, the second race of a triple header here for USF Juniors, the very first run of the USF Pro Championships presented by Continental Tire. My name is Rob Howden. Had a chance to talk to race 1 winner Cole Medeiros from Exclusive Autosport in the pre-show. Lining things up right now for the second race on the weekend. The grid set by your fastest lap, or your second fastest lap rather, in qualifying, or if you went faster than that second fastest lap during race number 1, you're able to use that time to move your way up the order. We had a couple of drivers that were able to do that, both Alex Berg and Connor Aspley using their fastest race time from race 1 to move themselves up the order. Same went for JW Main, Arthur Barbie, and Maddie Colleran as well, leveraging the opportunity. They were given to go quicker in race number 1. So indeed, lining things up right now for the drivers here as they're actually pulling out onto the grid now. You'll see them coming out onto the pit lane to get things underway, and let's dive right on in here with the lineup grid for race number 2. Getting that set up here for you. 22 drivers set to go. Beautiful day here trackside at Carolina Motorsports Park. Here our first time the facility here in Kershaw, South Carolina. 91 degrees trackside. They're saying it could be a little bit cooler tomorrow. That's what we're hoping for sure. It's a warm one here. Let's have a look at the grid as they get set to roll. They're right down here onto pit lane right now. 22 drivers set to go. Maddie Colleran's going to start at the tail of the field in that number 29 for Zanello Racing. Inside of that row, Arthur Barbie for VRD Racing by pole position. Barbie making his debut here this weekend in USF Juniors. Found some speed throughout the week. We'll see what he's able to do here in race number 2. Row number 10, starting 20th, Aaron Narola on the outside. In the number 7, his Jay Howard driver development, powered by Ed Carpenter Racing teammate JW Main, starting on the inside of row number 10. Main coming from deep in the field, worked his way up very nicely into 7th in the opening race. A fantastic move forward for JW. He'll have to do it all again, starting 19th here inside of row number 10 for race 2. Row number 9 on the outside, Pepe Chaparro from Bogota, Colombia in the number 20 for D-Force Racing, rolling off 18th alongside Jared Ozelka from Zanella Racing. Ozelka in the number 21. Up now to row number 8 on the outside, Connor Aspley from Missouri for Exclusive Autosport in the number 91 machine. Again, a good run for Aspley up into 8th from deep in the field. Couple of drivers able to leverage the yellow flags and some of the attrition to move their way nicely up the order. Aspley finishing in the top 10, as I said. Starting 16th here alongside Grant Mitchell in the number 28 for Zanella Racing. Row 7 will have Bex Cranston alongside Brendan Cooley, the 2 Exclusive Autosport drivers, both able to work their way forward in the opening race of the triple header. Cranston in the 90 starting 14th, Cooley in the 92 starting in 13th. Row number 6 will have Max Cuthbert, the Englishman for Jay Howard Driver Development in the number 8. Strong run for him as well, coming home 5th place in the opening run. Cuthbert starting 12th alongside Victor Couto in the Zanella Racing number 88. Well, as we get ourselves into the top 5 rows, top 10, Casper Nissen and Elias Vignola on row number 9. Nissen in the number 6, starting 10th. And Vignola wasn't able to see whether or not they got that car repaired because he's the driver who went over onto the roll bar, flipped over in turn number 11. The D-Force Racing crew working their tails off for the last 3.5 hours to get his car ready to go. I believe that number 19 could be ready to roll off from 9th position. Row number 4, we'll see Alex Berg in the number 68 for Berg Racing. He was able to leverage the fast time that he laid down in race 1 to move himself significantly up the order. Started 15th in race 1. Strong race 2 best time moves him to 8th outside of row 4 for Alex Berg, the rookie. Starting alongside Olivier Marac, the Canadian out of Ontario for Zanella Racing in the number 23, starting 7th. All Zanella on row number 3. Max Mocarib in the number 46, starting on the outside of row number 3. Inside, Leonardo Saravalli. The drivers getting themselves ready to go. Max Mocarib, your current point leader in that number 46. Moving now to row number 2. On the outside will be Vilo Attila for D-Force Racing in the number 14. A solid second place finish in race number 1. He'll be looking for more of that to kind of keep himself in the championship contention. Inside of that row, starting in the 3rd spot, he got the lead coming out of turn number 1. Took it to victory. Cole Medeiros, the young Canadian, for Exclusive Autosport in the 97. 3rd different winner on the season. He'll start on the inside of row number 2. 22 drivers in the field, 2 on the front row. Karol Pashevich will be on the outside of row number 1 for Olivia Racing. He and the pole sitter, Ivan Machado Perez, contact into turn number 1 as Perez got on the brakes. Pashevich a little deep. Contact with the left front part of the wing to the right rear of Perez. And that put Pashevich off. He was able to get himself back up and actually worked his way forward, but a penalty dropped him further down the order into 18th with contact there. But indeed, drivers heading out onto the grid right now. Ivan Machado Perez for VRD Racing with pole position. Motorsports starting on the pole position. Ivan, very impressive in speed. Didn't come away with the win, but he was the fastest driver on track in race number 1. Takes a bonus point to add to his total. So here are the drivers out onto the track now. One time around this 2.27 mile, 14 turn racetrack. Relatively flat, a lot of long duration, multi-apex corners, a couple of good hard-braking corners as well. We saw passes in numerous corners on this racetrack, 14 in total. This is the run out of turn number 7 through the kink turn 8 down to turn number 9. It's a bit of a downhill run into kind of the low point of the apex. You climb back out of turn number 8 through a little quick kink turn 9. And then the run down through a very fast right-hand kink turn 10 into the hard-braking 110 degree left-hander turn number 11. There's Arthur Barbe there, the young driver from Florida. French flag on the side of that VRD Racing by pole position machine. Our Honda Civic Type R pace car out front, leading the way. Ivan Machado Perez, another shot at starting from pole. Was not able to leverage that after contact with Pashevich in turn 1, the braking zone 1. The first time really we'd gone wheel-to-wheel racing all weekend. We didn't have a yellow flag through 3 test sessions, an official practice session, or the qualifying session. Clean and green in all 5 of those sessions. Didn't take long in the race for us to see that yellow come out though. Opening lap. Opening corner, not even opening lap. Out of turn number 12, 13, the kink. Last corner on the racetrack here, turn number 14. When we do have restart, they'll punch off from there. But they're going to get themselves lined up before we see that green flag fly. Race number 2 for USF Juniors. Cole Medeiros, winner of race 3, starting on the inside of road number 2. 22 young drivers in the first step of the USF Pro Championship, presented by Continental Tire, lined up. 11 rows to 2, looking good. All of us looking to the flag. Green, green, green. Great shot from the back here. A couple of drivers thinking about the bottom. Got to give each other room. A driver's gone around. Again, Pashevich in the 25 has gone around. I think he may be high center back there. He's trying to get it rolling. Pashevich in the Olivia Racing Machine goes around in turn number 1. I don't know, it was contact from behind. I was looking a little deeper in the pack. Around he went quickly. Opening lap. Always the biggest opportunity for chaos, but also the best opportunity to overtake. You're side by side close. This is when you can attack, dive the bottom, take over an apex, and potentially come away with a spot. Keenan, the 14 of Attila, the 46 of Mokaram, and then the number 8 of Max Cuthbert. Here's the 2 cars from Exclusive Autosport there as well. Cooley and Cranston lining up. The run down into turn number 11. I believe we may be full course caution. Yeah, you can see the lights in the back of the cars popping. Full course caution. We haven't had the camera on it, but I believe turn number 1, yeah, we're going to see the 25 of Pashevich off the racetrack in that Olivia Racing Machine. 3 straight top 2 finishes, runner-up results at Homestead. Did not get a good start in race 1 and goes around here in race number 2 as well. Pace Carl come out of turn number 1 to pick up the field. Pashevich is going to lose a lap here for sure. It looks to me like they're just going to put the tow hook, the bar through the roll hoop. That'll allow them to tow that car out. Here's a good shot at it here. He's on the outside. It's going to be contact, yeah, between he and Medeiros as they came into turn number 1. Contact at the apex, essentially into the braking zone, getting through to the corner. And Pashevich went around. So as they run, Ivan Machado Perez is the leader. Cole Medeiros runs in second spot. Let's see if I can get my live time to work here on the phone. This is not here, and if you're here, you know this is a dead spot in terms of Wi-Fi. Everybody's struggling to get out any kind of Wi-Fi, any kind of signal. So, see if I can get mine running. It ran for race number 1. Hopefully, we can get it to run here for race number 2 as well. Otherwise, I'll have to visually pick them up on the track as you are. Arthur Barber with a couple of spots there, picked up 3. Ivan Machado Perez, though, able to get through that opening corner. Was not so lucky in race number 1. Pashevich twice from the outside of the front row, off the outside of the racetrack. Looks to me like they have put Cole Medeiros back a couple of spots potentially. One of the things that does happen in the USF Pro Championships program with our race directing crew, they will try to enforce penalties within the race. If you wait to the end of the race, it's a 10-second, 20, 30-second penalty. You can't come back from it. So if there's an issue that's happened and a penalty gets laid down, if we could do it over a yellow like this, like indeed they're going to be penalizing Cole Medeiros. I've not yet got an update from anybody in terms of what we have for a penalty. There's a possibility for him to come back, obviously. I think we're right back at it already, it sounds like. We're going green flag. So it may have been a four-position penalty. Not quite sure yet here. But indeed, looks to be like, yeah, Medeiros has fallen back to, I think, P4. So call it potentially a 1 to a 2 position penalty, a 2 position penalty back to P4. So that's moved to Silva, Leonardo Serravalle up into the 2nd spot. And then the 23 of Olivier Marac. So the 2 Canadians getting moved up into 2nd and 3rd as their fellow Canadian. Medeiros goes back to 4th. Alex Berg running 5th now, the number 68 Berg Racing Machine. Great stuff. So here we go, finally getting into some green flag running at the start here. Perez, Serravalle, Marac, Medeiros, and Berg top 5. Antala 6th, McCarron 7th, Cuthbert 8th, Couto 9th, and Cooley 10th. I talked about Elias Vignola and hoping to see him on the grid. As I look at live timing, he is not there, so they were not able to get that car repaired. I did hear a potential engine change for that as well. So Vignola not on the racetrack. Pashevich in 21st, down a lap. But we are racing. Let's see if we can't take it all the way to the end of this one here right now. 2 laps in. Let's get 13 laps of green flag racing, boys and girls. 1 female driver in the series this year, Maddie Colleran, back for her 2nd year. Great shot of the turn 1, 2, 3 combination. Serravalle up on the wheel. There's the 68 of Alex Berg. Berg running P5. Leveraged the opening race to try to get a better time to improve on his qualifying run. That definitely worked for him. Started 8th. Now he's got himself up to P5 with Vito Antala, the D-Force driver, right behind him. 92 degrees here trackside. Thankfully, a pretty decent breeze to keep things kind of cool. But man, the atmosphere around this Grid Life Festival has been a ton of fun. A lot of people here trackside watching their different categories out onto the racetrack. Bit of a gap now there. 1st and 2nd stretching away. Still keying on this battle a bit here. Indeed, 1st and 2nd stretching away a little, and that is indeed Machado, Perez, and Serravalle. Serravalle looking for his best USF Juniors race of the year, race 5 of the season. Serravalle came into the weekend sitting 12th in points, 2 8th-place finishes in rounds 1 and round number 2. The 14-year-old driver out of Thorold, Ontario, Canada. A lot of Canadian accolades in karting up north. Canadian championships, Canadian Opens. Not a lot of racing, but man, as soon as he got in here, he picked it up quickly. There's our leader, Machado Perez for VRD Racing with Pole Position Motorsports. Qualified on the pole. Issues at the start of race number 1. No issues right now. The 87 there of Serravalle. That's the car that started the season off as the USF 2000 machine for Leonardo Scorpioni, the USF Juniors champion. You see the livery on that car. Scorpioni took it to a couple of top 3 podium finishes at the streets of St. Petersburg. Scorpioni making the move up to USF Pro 2000 with Tier 3 Motorsports this year, electing to jump over USF 2000. That car then converted back into a USF Juniors car by Zanello Racing. And that's the machine that Serravalle is now driving. To me, like the number 97 Nicole Medeiros back into 3rd, so he was able to get around the driver in front of him, leveraging it. Drivers have moved up a little bit here. Brendan Cooley +4. He started 13th. He's up into 9th. Who else do we have started a little deeper in the field that's moved up? JW Main again on the move. 19th up to 14th. +5 for JW Main and the J. Howard Driver Development Machine as well. So a number of drivers who qualified, let's say poorly, struggled in that qualifying run, finding themselves with some ability to move forward. I did the track walk here on Wednesday night and wondered to myself where the overtakes were going to come, and I wasn't quite sure there was a lot of them. Talked to Michael D'Orlando, a former USF 2000 champion in this USF Pro Championships. He said he's been here before, he's driven the track. There's lots of places to overtake, almost every corner. I love to hear that. Saravalli there. Look at this battle though. Marak, Berg, Attila, and Cuthbert. Looks like the yellow lights are on the back of the cars again. Do we have a full course yellow again? I don't know where. Yeah, we got trouble there. The number 7 has gone around. That's Aaron Narola. Aaron Narola's got into the tires. I feel like that may be coming into the braking zone of turn number 4 after the 1-2-3 combination. Going to back up the hill there. And he's got himself into driver's left. There's Armco as you go over a gully there. Armco on both sides, about 5 feet off the track on both sides. Some contact, obviously, for him. Lost the front wing as he finds himself up on the entry tires. He's running in the 18th position. That'll bring a full course yellow in that gap of about 7/10 of a second that Machado Perez had over Saravalli, and then almost a little over 2 second and a half for Medeiros over Saravalli as well. It all goes for naught. It'll shrink down. We'll have another lineup in a full course yellow, and of course, single file restart. So again, a stoppage in play. We have not had the clean and green running we had during testing, practice, and qualifying. Instead, some drivers have made mistakes on the racetrack, and with that, we find ourselves with a couple of full course yellows. Not what Ivan Machado Perez was hoping for. There's no doubt about that. He found himself out front, a little bit of a gap over Leonardo Saravalli. Saravalli had gapped back to the next battle as well between Cole Medeiros and Olivier Marak. That gap is gone. Almost a full second back to Saravalli as Machado Perez looking for his second win of the season. Victorious in race number 2 at Homestead. Again, these USF Juniors drivers chasing that championship scholarship worth $251,516 to move to USF 2020-27. Over $1.5 million in prize money and awards will be given out at the end of the season at the USF Pro Championship celebration in Road America. Continental Tire is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the USF Pro Championships. Our cutting-edge technology and unbeatable grip will help you dominate the track. Continental Tire, where performance meets the road. Learn more about Continental Tire at continentaltire.com. Continental Tire, the smart choice in tires. 6 laps in. It'll be lap 7 when they come across the line here again as the AMR IndyCar safety team continues to go to work on the machine of Narola. Believe that's over in turn number 4. Otherwise, see whether or not, and we're not getting a shot there of the drivers coming through that particular part of the race. This is up in turn number 4 here right now. I have a feeling the incident with Narola was either coming out and turning out. It's right there at the entry into the, you see the first braking markers coming into 4. They've got that car up and onto the flatbed. So the drivers good to go. The team, Jay Howard Driver Development, will have some work to do into the evening, into the morning to get that machine in the roller, ready to get back on track for tomorrow. 10-10 start for race number 3, back into the triple header. I think we may be able to go green this next time by. They're doing a good job cleaning that up over in turn number 4. Here's your lineup. Perez leads the way, Saravalli in second, Medeiros third, Marak in fourth. 5th is Berg, 6th is Attila, 7th is Cuthbert, 8th is Mokarev, your point leader, 9th is Cooley, Brendan Cooley, who started 13th, plus 4 up to 9th. Bex Cranston started in 14th, he's plus 3 up to 11th. Victor Kudo, who started 11th, has dropped back a couple of spots. Connor Aspley started in 16th. Again, he's up 3 spots into 13th as well. J.W. Main, the biggest mover, started back in 19th. He is up 4 to 15th spot. Everybody up front getting another shot at it. Leonardo Saravalli, another shot here at Ivan Machado Perez. Great shot at the back of the lead. You can see that our pace car, the Honda Civic Type R, on the throttle coming out of 13 through 14. He's going to try to get himself into pit lane. We're going to go back to green flag racing. It'll fly when they hit the apex of turn number 14. Indeed, we are at it. Green flag flying, the restart for Machado Perez. Big off the outside of one of the Zanella cars, went too wide coming out of 14. Dust flying out of the corner. Olivier Marak can go to the bottom of the racetrack, down into turn number 1, trying to hold off a potential attack from Berg. The battle is further back, though, for 8th, 9th, and 10th is a good one here right now. Cooley, Mokarev, and Nissen going at it for 8th position. They were too wide coming down into 1. Watch it come out through turn number 4. They've got the braking markers there, but I don't know that the juniors are using that much. That's more of a GT braking marker. That's a fast corner. It's not really even a 90 degree, more of a kink. They blip down 1 gear, right back on the throttle, so it's a very fast run out of 4 into the 5, 6, 7 combination, the double or triple right-hand kinks that lead back down in. Here's the battle here between, I believe, Cooley going to the inside, I think, of Mokarev potentially. One of the black and red cars for exclusive, actually, that might have been Connor Aspley going by either Kuto, maybe Kuto to the inside there. So, indeed, look at this 3-wide battle. That's the 68 of Berg, the 14 of Attila, and the 8 as well of Cuthbert. And Cuthbert, Attila's dropped the wheel on the exit of the corner. Attila's now getting attacked by Max Mokarev, the point leader. These drivers here, both these drivers, the top 3 in points. Attila coming off a 2nd place finish in race 1. He and Mokarev, 2nd and 3rd, a little further down the order this time. So number 6, Casper Nissen right there. In fact, they're running, I believe, 7th and 8th. Cole Medeiros, no doubt, closing up here on Leonardo Saravalli. 2 Canadian drivers, one from Thorold, one from Cambridge, about an hour and a half apart in Southern Ontario, Canada. They race each other in karting as well, both the Canada and the US. Now they're moved up here to USF Juniors. Saravalli with Zanella Racing. Medeiros with Exclusive Autosport. Further back, Marak running in the 4th spot. Berg in 5th. Good run for Berg after a rough weekend in Homestead, which found him upside down in the barrel roll. Awesome to see him having a good run here. Brand new team, Berg Racing. They've got an operation that runs in the F4 series, have a number of cars there, but expanding here to USF Juniors, wanted to build this program, eventually work their way up to USF 2000, USF Pro, build that program. It all starts with Alex, his dad Alan, and the whole crew at Berg Racing. Ivan Machado Perez, the Spaniard, once again out front, and what a cool story for this driver. Not one we normally would see in USF Juniors. 25 years of age, he's married. Did a lot of racing overseas. Had to stop for funding issues. elected to run the Skip Barber iRacing Series. Winning that iRacing Series would give him a full scholarship to run in their Formula Car Race Series. He did that. So won the iRacing program in 24. In 25, he won the Skip Barber Formula Car Series. That came with a $100,000 scholarship to run the USF Juniors. He's using that money to fund this program, a last-ditch, essentially, shot at open-wheel racing, and he's trying to come away with a championship to potentially move to USF 2000. And a hope and a dream for Ivan Machado Perez. He leads the way right now over Saravalli. Medeiros in that third spot. There's your top 5 drivers. They've stretched out a little bit now, although Medeiros continues to dig and try to close up along Saravalli. Last time by, Saravalli pipped him by about a couple of tenths of a second. But Medeiros right in the draft. See a little bit early turn in there to try to get some air over the wing on the right side of that front wing. And he closes back up again. Unlike the USF Pro 2000 cars, there's not a ton of aerodynamic downforce on these race cars, but enough to give you a little bit of, let's say, entry understeer, mid-corner understeer if you don't get some air over the wings. But for the most part, it's not a huge wing package. Outside the top 5, Cuthbert 6th, Cooley up into 7th, Altala 8th, Nissen 9th, McCarron 10th. Best run of the year so far for Cooley. Coming from deeper in the field, started 13th, he's up into 7th, plus 6 for Cooley. 10 laps down. In fact, I believe it'll be 11 now. Yeah, 4 laps remaining. 4 to go. Cooley now closing up on Max Cuthbert. Good stuff here, and a shout out to the Grid Life crew and the production here. Cameraman doing a fantastic job for us here this weekend. That's the 87 of Saravalli and the 97 of Medeiros. That's second and third on the racetrack. If we can, let's get a chance to potentially pick up the number 92 of Brendan Cooley. Big mover on the track right now. Cooley up into 7th from 13th, running in the 7th position in the middle of a battle with Max Cuthbert, potentially Vito Atala, but he is putting the pressure now on Cuthbert. So the 92 of Brendan Cooley, one of the red and black exclusive Autosport cars. There he is coming into the frame at the bottom there. Yeah, Altala's right out the gearbox as well. So we have a 3-driver battle essentially here for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Cuthbert, the J. Howard, number 8. Cooley in the exclusive 92, and Altala in the D-Force 14. There's Brendan Cooley right there. And that Innovel exclusive Autosport machine. He's had a rough weekend so far. Struggled for pace through testing and practice. Qualified deeper in the field, was able to lay down a good lap there to go 13th. And he has leveraged this right now. Young Cooley doing a good job. His brother Evan, of course, running in USF 2000 this year. Testing at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. Little issue on the entry there. Cooley got in the curb, lost it a bit, mid-corner oversteer. Nice job correcting there, but he lost a bit of gap. Gonna bring Altala back in. Good stuff, but the leader out front right now, Ivan Machado Perez, just 3 laps to go, looking for his 2nd win of the season. The lead now, 1.5 seconds for Machado Perez. We'll continue to follow this fantastic battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Cooley, a little tighter on the apex coming through that part of the racetrack. That is the 5, 6, 7 combination. Cooley trying to stay in the mirrors. That's the other thing, too. If you don't quite have the pace to make the move, you've got to stay in the mirrors. You've got to make sure you're bobbing from left to right. Every time that driver comes into a braking zone and is looking at the mirror to see where you are, you want to be there. Be on the left, be on the right. Try to force that mistake. Make them maybe miss a braking zone. Through the kink, turn 10. Atala is actually on the move. A little bit more of a defensive run to the inside for Cooley. Covers the bottom of the racetrack. Atala's going to try to do the over-under on him. Again, when Cooley starts thinking about defense and not offense, that's going to be good for Max Cuthbert. Cuthbert currently running in 6th. I said this battle for 5th. It's actually the battle for 6th spot as Alex Berg has P5 now. Look at this lineup. A little correction mid-corner for Cooley. Out of the corner here. Cuthbert's going to defend at the bottom of the racetrack for sure. Yeah, he's down to the bottom. Cooley's going to go to the outside. He'll get a better run through turn number 1. Oh, Cooley all over Cuthbert. And I'll tell you, Vito Atala is ready there to pick up the pieces if anything should happen. This is good stuff. The lead now 3.1. I think Medeiros has gone through on Saravalli, so Medeiros has gotten a second. Didn't see that on the racetrack, but there you go. Cole Medeiros getting through. Saravalli, I think maybe those tires falling off a little bit here now. As you can see, Marac is right there. Berg is right there. This is going to be the battle for the final spot on the podium. Saravalli trying to hold on. Just a couple laps remaining. Cole Medeiros back into second. Won the opening race. And listen, I'll tell you this. Max McCarron, point leader, back in 10th. This is going to blow things wide open here now. Yeah, Saravalli's on the defense. Marac going after him in the 23. He had that big shunt in race number 1 where he overcooked it into 1, went off the racetrack and almost rolled it over, got bit the side and bent the right rear of the car. There's your leader now. Great pickup here. He'll see the white flag this next time by. VRD Racing with pole position Motorsports looking for their second win of the season. A round 2 victory at Homestead Miami Speedway. Ivan Machado Perez looking for one more. Another one to close himself up in the championship fight. He'll see the white flag coming across the line. Medeiros all by himself in second. Here comes the battle for third, and indeed looks to be like the move is done. Olivier Marac is through. Look at this battle for the final spots. Alex Berg is right there as well. This is a great fight. Let's stick with this one, guys. Marac, Saravalli, the 2 Canadians. Right there as well as Alex Berg. That's family Canadian as well. They live now in Georgia, where Berg Racing is based. Father Allen has a racing school out in Laguna Seca, the Allen Berg Racing School. Great to have them part of the program here this year. This is the battle for the final spot on the podium. Marac's holding on. Cooley's coming up as well. Here comes Cuthbert. Oh, Berg thought about Saravalli going into 8. 3.4 second to lead for Machado Perez. Final lap. We've had a good run here since the last yellow. You can see the gap up to Medeiros, but everybody's stacking up behind Saravalli. He is holding on. I gotta believe those tires are gone. We talked about how bad the tire degradation was. Saravalli's trying to, he's actually going after Marac here. They're gonna go together in turn number 11. Saravalli on the outside, contact! Drivers together. Cooley goes off, as does Cuthbert. Contact in turn number 11. Oh, collateral damage for Cuthbert and Cooley. As both drivers went off, so essentially Saravalli was trying on the outside, Cuthbert was trying on the inside. The victory's going to go to Machado Perez. Medeiros is second. I think it's going to be Olivier Marac coming home third. Oh man, what a shakeup of the final circuit. Saravalli able to come back to finish in 6th. Cooley finishes 8th. 8th for Cooley. Brendan Cooley coming home in the 8th spot. So it's Perez, Medeiros, Marac, Berg, and Autel I see here. Saravalli, I believe, coming home in 6th, able to hold on. And it looked to be like Brendan Cooley able to get back on track, potentially around that chaos to get himself back into 8th position. Cuthbert was out off the track. Wow, what a final lap that was. A wild one for sure. We've got a couple different drivers going for positions down in turn number 11. Saravalli tried the outside of Marac. Marac going to run him off on the outside, but he was back behind on the outside. And I think Cuthbert and Cooley lining things up as well. Let's have a look at that one more time. We have a replay. I'm going to grab that before I skate myself over. Have a look at this here, folks. This is Saravalli on the outside, Marac on the inside. Big wide right outside of the corner. Berg is right there, and yeah, it looked to me like Cooley tried the outside of Cuthbert. They made contact when they got together coming into the braking zone. So it looked to me like there was essentially contact, of course, side by side for Cuthbert and Cooley. Not sure how that will play out when it's all said and done. But just a couple of drivers going for the last couple of spots of the final circuit. Folks, I'm going to head to victory lane right now. Here comes Ivan Machado Perez, Cole Medeiros, and Olivier Marac will be your top 3. I'm going to run down to victory lane right now, get a chance to talk to all 3 drivers. Don't go anywhere. Interviews and podium presentations still coming up. Evan, let's have a quick chat here, man. You needed that win after what happened, of course, in race number 1, getting the contact there. Just tell me how you feel getting another victory. It's the second one on the season.
Yeah, it feels really good. Finally, this time we were able to get the objective we wanted. So yeah, I'm just feeling really good about the race. I was able to pull a bit of a gap and just manage it the way I wanted. Of course, it's great to have finally a clean start. So yeah, I'm just really happy about it, about the car the team has given me, and just looking forward to race 3. I'm wanting to thank everyone that is making this possible, and my girlfriend back home, that she's watching the races, and I just want to make her proud.
It seemed like a really good race car. Every time you had that restart, you were able to pull away. It looked like you were able to put the car wherever you wanted.
Yeah, I was just feeling very synced up with the car all the way around. Just the last 2 laps, maybe the rear started falling down a bit, but the rest of it, the car was pretty spot on balance-wise, and I was just feeling very comfortable driving it around.
Congratulations. I'll let you go get scaled out. Grab your stuff over here. Let's bring in Cole Medeiros. Cole, come on over and join me up here. We'll let Yvonne get a chance to go get scaled. Cole, congratulations. Another podium finish for you. Obviously, the start was a little wild for everybody involved. Just walk me through what you saw on that opening corner.
Yeah, it was just a little incident, and then felt like I had a little bit of damage and just salvaged as much points as I could.
They moved you back a couple of spots, but you came forward. It seems like the car was pretty good. Was it better than the first race, or was it pretty much the same? Tell me how good the car was.
Yeah, it felt amazing the whole race. It just got caught up a little incident at the start, and then got put in like the aero wash, and then it was just hard to get by the 2 other drivers. But
any issues with tire deg? We saw some drivers struggle with it a little bit further back in the pack. How was your car in terms of the tires?
I feel like it got better and better as the race went on.
Well done. I'll let you go. Let's get our third place driver, Olivier Marac. Come on in here. Congratulations. Olivier, a much better race than race number 1. That obviously was unfortunate, but man, you guys were in the middle of a fantastic battle. Tell me about it from your spot in the car itself.
I mean, the beginning of the race was pretty hard. I had to manage tires, considering I wasn't on new like the top 2. I saw that they were fighting, so I knew I had to focus. I got up there, did what I could, and managed to get third.
You chased down your fellow Canadian, Leonardo Serravalle. Did you see, was he limping at all? You think was he hurting a bit in terms of tire deg, or what happened? Because you closed up pretty good at the end.
I think Cole and Leo did a good job pushing away, but I caught them at the end because they were fighting, and I managed to find a spot there.
What did you think of that last lap? Serravalle was trying you outside of turn 11. You don't know what happened behind you. It got pretty crazy.
Yeah, I didn't see him, but yeah, very nice battle at the end. Definitely made me work for it.
Congrats on the podium.
Thank you.
Olivier Marac from Zanella Racing. Grab your stuff, head over to the scales, get himself weighed in. We'll get things rolling over here, folks, as indeed once the drivers get themselves scaled, we'll get a chance to pass out some hardware here. Great job for all the drivers here in the USF Juniors program. And again, we'll fire things up for podium presentations here momentarily. Drivers, of course, have to get weighed with their gear at the end of every race. Again, final lap for sure was an exciting one. We saw a lot of action there over in turn number 11. A couple of drivers having contact. It'll shake things down, I expect, in the results before it's all said and done, because indeed there was quite a bit of contact there, as we know that all our drivers have to bring their video chips back in for our race control to have a look at to make sure if there are any penalties being laid down. So they'll have a look at that. We'll get our drivers over here for the podium. We got 3 trophies to hand out, and of course we're going to do it all over again tomorrow, folks. As we know, we have a 10-10 start for race number 3 in the triple header weekend. We've got 2 of our 3 drivers. Here comes the last one. Work him over here now to get things underway. And again, a great run for the drivers here in the Continental Tire Grand Prix of South Carolina. Some fantastic racing, a couple of full course yellows, but for the most part, the drivers is great, especially the second part of that race. Let's start with the driver finishing in third spot today. Put around your hands together. A round of applause for the driver finishing in third, Olivier Marac for Zanella Racing. P3, and he had to fight for it on the final circuit, no doubt about that. Finishing in second, another podium, another Canadian driver as well, Cole Medeiros for Exclusive Autosport, P2. He's going to be moving up the order in the points as well, with our leader finishing back, I believe, in 10th, maybe moving up to 7th or 8th. But again, his second win of the season for VRD Racing with pole position. Motorsports, the winner of round number 2, Ivan Machado Perez. Yvonne, congratulations. Nicely done. Able to get out front, hold them back on those restarts, and that race car was good. Clean air is obviously a benefit for all the drivers here on this racetrack. There's a number of long duration, high speed combinations, 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, over to 14. And so that clean air, great for him, and he was able to pull away. Guys, just drop your trophies down. We got the champagne to spray to wrap things up. Remember, you got to wear those suits tomorrow. All right, guys, well done. Grab that champagne, grip it and rip it, guys. Spray that champagne. There we go. The celebration underway for race number 2 here, the triple header weekend, round 5 on the season. Ivan Machado Perez winning for VRD Racing with pole position. Motorsports, Cole Medeiros for exclusive Autosport coming in second. And Olivier Marac for Zanella Racing rounding out the top 3. Nicely done, drivers. Well done. We're back again, as I said, tomorrow, 10:10, race number 3 tomorrow morning, capping off the triple header here at Kershaw Motorsports Park. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We do appreciate some great racing here from Kershaw, South Carolina. We'll be back again tomorrow morning, as I said. 10:10, the race start, probably 10 o'clock to start the broadcast on the USF Pro Championships YouTube channel. But again, thanks for tuning in. On behalf of Anderson Promotions and Continental Tire, my name's Rob Howden. Bye for now.